We're going to be trying something new here on the channel. We're going to go through some very disturbing, intriguing, entertaining videos that I came across, like rare pictures or rare things that have happened before, and I got my 2 cents to share with you.
Unexpected first products of companies you know today. Nokia made rubber boots. Before smartphones, Nokia was known for rubber products, including actual rain boots. Founded in Finland in the 1800s, they didn't start making electronics until nearly a century later. Samsung sold.
Wow, see, something like that. Nokia. I used to actually have a Nokia myself, a first cell phone, and man, who would have known? That goes to show you that you can start on a certain business and never stop growing, and don't hold yourself from evolving. Yeah, you can always evolve, but again, in my objective and my perspective, yeah, it's cool that you evolve, but if you evolve to something that is just gonna make you money and you don't really like doing what you like to do, I don't find any joy on that, because you end up passing away, and all this time you were always doing something you didn't really like to do on a daily basis. So unless you can just do it for a certain amount of time, make a lot of money, and then use that money to invest it into exactly what you do want to do. So that's crazy that Nokia started with rubber boots. Wow, who would have known? Well, look at Nintendo. Nintendo, I think, started with playing cards or something like that, board games or playing cards or something like that. And look at now, biggest electronic company in the world in regards to gaming, right? Consoles and Mario Brothers and all that. Crazy.
Fried fish. Today, it's a tech giant. But in the 1930s, Samsung began as a grocery trading company in Korea, selling noodles, fruits, and dried seafood. Wrigley sold soap. In the 1890s, Wrigley handed out chewing gum as a free bonus with soap and baking powder. But the gum became more popular, and the rest is sweet. Minty history. LG started.
What? Wrigley. Yeah, Wrigley. Wow. Can we back it up?
Became more popular, and the rest. Wrigley handed out chewing gum as a free bonus with soap and baking powder.
Soap and baking powder. Wow. So they were making soap and baking powder, but they will add a chewing gum with that, a little treat. And the chewing gum became more popular than that. Wow. Yeah, you just never know. These little items that we create, they're very beneficial, they're convenient, makes life easier, but it can also harm you, right? So a lot of our creations will harm you, right? Because anything created now is not organic, right? It's not organic. Some way, somehow, it was hindered in its process of being made naturally. So it's not organic anymore. Now it's processed, and that, because of that change in molecules and stuff like that, when we consume it or we use it, it's actually very harmful. Yeah, a lot of like radio waves. Now, man, I don't even want to think about it because I'll probably trip out. Like, imagine how much radio wave there is nowadays. That's why I believe cancer has increased more and more over the years, because radio waves have increased.
But the gum became more popular, and the rest is sweet. Minty history. LG started with face cream. LG's journey began with cosmetics. Their original company in the 1940s made facial creams and skincare long before they made your fridge or TV. Toyota made lubes.
Wow. Yeah, because now they make fridge and TVs. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah. This is very interesting. Like,
LG's journey.
It always intrigues me. I'm like always, this thing's been wowing me for a couple of days already, and I was like, man, I need to share this with you guys, and let me know what you guys think. But that's a trip, with the soap and powder, and then now over here with creams. LG started with face cream. Yeah, so and now they're making fridges and some other type of kitchen stuff. Toyota made looms.
In the early 1900s as a textile company. Their first invention? An automatic weaving loom. It wasn't until later that they shifted gears literally into automobiles. Unexpected first product.
Wow. Yeah. Toyota. Wow. Yeah, look at where they start. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling, actually. Like I've been kind of tripping out a little bit, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Just knowing this knowledge, right, from how it all started and your how do they say it? Your humble beginnings, right? Everybody has a humble beginning. As for me, right now, I own a 2,000 square foot training facility. It's a gym and boot camp training facility, and I do like boot camp, personal training, and online coaching there. I sometimes open it for just an open gym, but that's actually my next goal is to kind of expand even bigger. But I started just with like 6 people out in the park, getting them in shape, and I've been doing it for 16 years now, and little by little, we've been growing and growing, and right now we're training a good amount of people, and we still got room to still evolve. Yeah, you kind of evolved. In my case, you need to evolve in the fitness industry, because the competition and, especially with gadgets, AI and all that, like you have to reinvent yourself. You have to be creative and make your business productive by being relevant, right? Wow. All right, let's go ahead and check out this next one. 8 crazy facts about Nike you never knew. Some of you Nike fanatics might already know all of them, but I love Nike myself. They super good company, of course. Jordans, first of all.
Crazy facts about Nike you never knew. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. The iconic Nike swoosh was designed by a college student for just $35. Carolyn Davidson created the logo in 1971, not knowing it would become one of the most recognizable symbols in the world. Number 2. Nike.
Wow, 35 bucks. Oh man, I feel bad for her. I feel bad. Like that sucks to be in that position because you don't know. You don't know it's gonna blow up like that, man. But you should always be careful. You should always, man. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. 35 bucks, and now it's like $1 billion company. I wonder if she's taken care of though, because she did design it and she only got 35. I hope, and I'm probably gonna do some research and see if I can find her and see if somebody did an interview with her, and we'll see from there. Hopefully they took care of her, like some royalties, something, right? Why not? They're $1 billion company. Give her $1,000 a month or something at least. Number 2.
It was originally called Blue Ribbon Sports and started by selling shoes out of the trunk of a car. Phil Knight would drive to track meets and sell Japanese running shoes to athletes. Number 3.
Wow, Blue Ribbon Sports. Okay, it makes sense why the design was like that. Yeah, the beginning Nike shoes had that blue ribbon design now because it was cool. Okay, makes sense. Number 3, the company is named after the Greek goddess of victory, Nike.
The company is named after the Greek goddess of victory, Nike. But the founders almost chose a completely different name. They were considering calling it Dimension 6. Number 4, Nike's first.
Okay, the thing with that, like, I think if it was called Dimension 6, it would have still been super popular. Does the name of your company play a big part on your success? I would say, man, that's a hard one because it can be anything. I think it will. In some ways, I think it does in some ways. Not in a big way, but in some ways, yeah. A lot of times, the way that I think with a business name will be something that flows smoothly out of your mouth, right? The people tend to like to even say it, right? Because it's just the sound of it. So a lot of times, a good name will get more people to talk about it because they actually just love saying it, right? So Nike is very simple. What was it? Dimension 6. Yeah, Nike's 10 times better, shorter, crisp, Nike. So easier to say. Dimension 6 is like too long. Hey, let's get some Dimension 6s. Let's get some was it Dimension 6 Air Jordans. Yeah, so number 4, Nike's first shoe was made using a waffle iron.
Shoe was made using a waffle iron. Co-founder Bill Bowerman destroyed it.
Imagine those shoes, those first Nike shoes, those right there. They should be around. They're probably around. And they probably are worth like $1 million or something. So, but wow. Hey, humble beginnings, right? Humble beginnings. You do whatever you need to do. Be humble. And you stay humble, actually. Stay humble through your whole time, right? I think you'll have less problems, and you'll detach yourself from being too prideful, and stuff like that. I think humble people are more likable than prideful people. Bill Bowerman destroyed his wife's waffle iron in 1971. So Bill was using his wife's waffle maker or waffle iron to make them, and ended up breaking it down of so much that he was using it for. That's amazing. First of all, that is a genius to be able to make some shoes out of a waffle iron. That's amazing.
His wife's waffle iron in 1971 to create the first waffle sole running shoe in their kitchen. Number 5, Michael Jordan originally wanted to sign with Adidas, not Nike. He only met with Nike.
Yeah, that's true. And because of the documentaries nowadays, because of all the interviews, I think there's actually a new movie out on Jordan and all that. So especially the Last Dance. I don't know if they mentioned anything with the whole Nike sponsoring and stuff like that. So I don't know, but everybody kind of knows this. Not Nike. He only met with Nike because his agent forced him to. And actually, I think his mother is the one that continually encouraged him to go and meet with Nike. He actually didn't want to. And I think it was his mother. I don't think it was his agent.
Because his agent forced him to. That meeting created the Air Jordan brand worth billions today. Number 6, Nike doesn't actually manufacture any shoes. They design and market everything, but all production is outsourced to factories in other countries. They're essentially a marketing company. Number 7.
Wow. So their expertise is marketing, sales. Yeah, advertising. Wow. Yeah, so there you have it. So Nike doesn't actually make the shoes. They design them though. They just don't put the hard labor to it. Wow. 7. The phrase
"just do it" was inspired by the last words of a convicted murderer. Gary Gilmore said "let's do it" before his execution in 1977, which inspired the famous slogan. Number 8, Nike owns a...
I actually thought "just do it" came from Jordan. I actually thought it came from Jordan, "just do it." But I guess not. There you have it. That's a super famous quote, by the way. Number 8, Nike owns a secret underground bunker.
Secret underground bunker in Oregon filled with every shoe they've ever made. Called the Nike Vault, it contains over 60,000 shoes and is heavily guarded. Only top executives and designers are allowed inside this mysterious archive. 8.
Wow.